Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at Job 17 through 20. I hope you're hanging in there as we plug through the Bible in a year chronologically reading plan. These next 4 chapters are going to continue the same storyline that we've seen before. Job suffers, his friends are, lame at best. And Job is looking for some sort of hope, a glimmer of light, some sort of reasonable thing to hold on to in the midst of all this challenge. Okay, so chapter 17, Job is going to talk about his continuing hopelessness. He feels like there is no hope whatsoever. He's going to talk about his spirit as something that is broken and his days are numbered. He feels like his end is very, very close. He again is going to continue to cry out over the lack of support he gets from his friends, saying that they are blind to his suffering. And then in chapter 18, Bildad, remember another one of Job's friends, Bildad is going to respond with some sort of harsh and very, very direct and almost vivid kind of a chastisement or rebuke of Job. He's accusing Job of being prideful and stubborn. Now, what a way to be a good friend in the middle of a challenging situation is to tell your friend that while they're suffering and losing everything, that they're stubborn. It's not a very good way to be a friend, so don't do that. Bildad then is going to continue to paint this terrible picture of darkness and gloom about how they're doomed to one day just all die, right? Their lights are going to be extinguished, their dwelling places are going to be destroyed, and their memory is going to be simply erased from the earth. Chapter 19 is Job's response to Bildad. In other words, he's heartbroken and he's deeply anxious in his soul over this. He feels like his friends have abandoned him because of their continuing accusations that he's not good enough. With friends like that, who needs enemies is the way we would talk about that today. Job is going to describe how isolated he feels. He feels like he's been abandoned by family, friends, and others who have been around him, people who have just simply mocked him all of his life in this part. Here he says, in this particular section, we see the famous, "I know that my Redeemer lives." The idea that even in the midst of all of this pain and suffering and friends abandoning, he still has a Redeemer that is far greater than any of the struggle. Chapter 20 brings Zophar, another one of his friends, with another double down of how awful Job is. Again, I think really Job kind of needs to find new friends in the middle of all this. So the storyline here is, in the middle of suffering, Job holds on in chapter 19 to the reality that God is strong enough, good enough, gracious enough, and great enough to save him. He knows that his Redeemer lives. That's it for today. Be well, friends.